On this day in 1925, civil rights activist Malcom X was born in Omaha. Born Malcolm Little, he chose the surname X after becoming a devout follower of the Muslim religion.
He was eventually appointed as a minister and a national spokesman for the Nation of Islam. With his new spot, Malcolm became a media magnet and even got the government's attention. FBI agents infiltrated the organization, placing wiretaps to monitor the NOI's activities. In 1964, Malcolm founded his own religious organization. He was assassinated a year later in New York City.